Serikali ya Mapinduzi ya Zanzibar imeitaka kampuni ya kimataifa Puma Energy kuangalia uwezekano wa kupunguza bei ya mafuta ya ndege ili kuendana na soko la ushindani la kimataifa. Rais wa Zanzibar na mwenyekiti wa Baraza la Mapinduzi Dr. Hussein Mwinyi, wakati akizungumza na uongozi wa kampuni hiyo Ikulu Zanzibar, amesema ongezeko la bei ya mafuta kwa kampuni hiyo inaathiri Zanzibar kwa baadhi ya makampuni makubwa ya ndege na hivyo kushindwa kutua nchini kwa hofu ya kukosa mafuta.
Some of the airlines are now complaining about the price of aviation fuel that you are offering to them. And I know this is happening because you have a monopoly. For a long time here in Zanzibar, it was only yourselves, and you are putting a very high price. And we personally have got people writing to me saying that they come to Zanzibar but they don't refuel here. They have to go to refuel in Dar es Salaam or even in Mombasa because of the prices that you are offering. So let me put this to you that I think it's time now that you become competitive. And again, I've asked the airport authority to allow more companies. I want competition there. Because if you don't have competition, it's up to you to put any prices. And we are losing some of the airlines just because they don't want to come and refuel here. And the only reason they are not landing in Zanzibar is because of the fuel price. And I'm not saying this for any other reason. I'm saying this because I want us to be competitive. You have to compare yourselves with Dar es Salaam, with Mombasa. You cannot have only Zanzibar airport having very high, very expensive fuel, and everywhere else it's good price. So please, from my perspective, as much as I want to encourage investment, but I also want competition. I also want fair prices. So let me put this to you, that with your new investment, with your new business coming to Zanzibar, please also think about your prices.
Rais amesema kuwa kuna mgogoro mkubwa kwenye sekta hizo uliosababishwa na kupandishwa gharama za mafuta ya ndege, hali inayosababisha baadhi ya makampuni makubwa ya ndege kununua Dar es Salaam na Mombasa. Aidha, Dr. Mwinyi ameeleza wanaoathirika zaidi ni kampuni ndogo za ndege zinazofanya safari zake za ndani baina ya Pemba, Tanga na Dar es Salaam. Rais ameeleza kampuni hiyo kuwa endapo atashindwa kupunguza gharama za mafuta na kukabiliana na ushindani wa biashara uliopo kwenye usafirishaji wa anga, serikali tayari imeagiza mamlaka ya viwanja vya ndege Zanzibar kuangalia uwezekano wa kampuni nyingine kupewa fursa ya kuhudumia eneo hilo.
I want to encourage you to go ahead with your plans of putting more investment in Zanzibar because of the fact that we are encouraging a lot more investments here. There's a lot of hotels coming up, factories coming up, all sorts of infrastructure, and we believe that the utilization of fuel is going to increase. So if you have more capacity, it will be better. Unfortunately, we are doing it now, but it's not the best. You know, the storage capacity, for example, is not that good for all the oil companies. We would want to see the MOCs doing much better in storage capacity. And that's the reason that we have now decided to shift all the OMCs to Mangapwane, where we are going to have a multi-purpose port and really a good oil terminal over there.
Akizungumzia ujenzi mpya wa uwanja wa ndege wa Pemba, Dr. Mwinyi amesema serikali imedhamiria kuweka uwiano sawa na mandhari ya kisiwa cha Unguja kwa kuondoa utofauti wa maendeleo na uwekezaji baina ya visiwa hivyo viwili.
And then in Pemba, yes, we have already signed an agreement. Pemba Airport is going to be developed, and we are hoping to see international flights going straight to Pemba. Also, we have a lot of investments in tourism in Pemba. There are some islands people are going to invest, and some factories coming up. So all this will require fuel. And we believe that if you start thinking ahead from now, it will be worthwhile, because end of the day we want to create the business environment in Unguja to be the same in Pemba, so that both islands develop at the same pace. Yeah. And we want, Zanzibar has to be, you know, we have to create a strategic reserve. The way we are doing it now, if there's any problem, we cannot solve it because we do not have any strategic reserve in the country. So the intention is to create a strategic reserve for all kinds of fuels. Yeah. So you being in the aviation sector more, I would like to see you investing in storage of that fuel. And I know for a fact that the number of airlines that you are servicing now has increased. The fuel tonnage has gone up tremendously. So that requires you to put more investment here. So your intention of doing that is highly welcomed. And I'm happy and glad to hear that you are going to solarize these places, which is an addition because we want Zanzibar to be green, and that could help in doing that.
Naye mkurugenzi mtendaji wa Puma Energy kanda ya Afrika, Fadi Mitri, aliambia serikali ya mapinduzi ya Zanzibar kuwa wana nia njema ya kuwekeza Pemba kwenye uwanja mpya wa ndege wa kimataifa na kuwa wa kisasa na bora zaidi kwa Afrika nzima, kuongeza kwa huduma za kimataifa na vifaa vyenye ubora wa uhakika. Amesema watashirikiana na serikali ya mapinduzi ya Zanzibar kuifanya Zanzibar kuwa kituo bora zaidi kwa wageni kufika na ni rahisi kufikiwa kwa kufurahia uzuri wa mandhari na haiba ya visiwa vyake.
Seamus, what we should do is when we meet with Zura, we should agree that we organize a meeting with the local airlines and just talk about facts. Sure. Just simply talk about facts. If we are indeed cheaper than Dar es Salaam, then the local airlines will be satisfied and that will be fed back to His Excellency. And if there is a piece that we're missing, then we'll need to address it. I think that's the action we need to take. With regard, the temptation is always to create competition, and we need to have competition. But as you know, competition requires a minimum market size to be effective. I always debate with Seamus that I prefer the worst competitor is no competitor. That's the worst competitor, and the best competitor is a competitor. But sometimes the market size is small, and I'm sure you can judge that for yourself whether it's appropriate or not in Zanzibar. Pleasure to be here and meet you today in person. And leading this delegation, I come here with a very strong message that in our view, Puma has to invest more and will invest more. There will be several vectors of investment. Number one, the solarization of our assets here in Zanzibar. In parallel with that, the deployment of a small retail network to start with. And as we see how our position in the market evolves, we will deploy more retail stations. One of them, in my view, should be in Pemba, but I will listen to you carefully whether you think it's a good idea or not. And finally, we believe that the airport infrastructure, in particular in the new international airport of Pemba that you're planning, is something that we will invest in and are committed to. You've made announcements about the new international airport in Pemba. We would very much like to be your partner in that, to deploy the necessary investment in storage infrastructure, and to continue offering to the Zanzibar, to the airlines coming to Zanzibar, the state-of-the-art international service that we offer today. We believe that where we add value to you is by making Zanzibar an easy-to-reach destination. When KLM, Qatar Airways, Emirates, Ethiopian land in Zanzibar, they know that they will be handled by Denata, and they know Denata because Denata is all around the world. And they also know that they will be handled by Puma, which they know because Puma is servicing them in 81 airports across Africa. This makes their decision to come, to increase flights, very easy. And this is, we think, the value we can add. You will be interested to know that the airport in Africa that has the best and highest standard equipment is your airport here in Zanzibar. Our trucks are brand new. Our filtering system is better than most of the European airports, and it is indeed something we strongly believe in.
Kampuni ya Puma Energy yenye makao makuu yake nchini Singapore inafanya kazi kwenye viwanja vya ndege zaidi ya 80 duniani kote. Pia ina vituo 740 kwa nchi 50 za Afrika na ni sehemu ya kampuni kubwa duniani ambayo inafanya kazi kwa zaidi ya nchi 40 kutoka mabara 5 ya dunia. Mtazamaji wa Zinjibartv TV, ili uwe wa kwanza kupata video zetu, tafadhali usisahau kusubscribe, kulike, kushare pamoja na kucomment. Nusra Khamis, Zinjibartv TV, Fahari ya Zanzibar.